Hello there! Thanks a lot for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and boy, the genius, right? Ray Charles. Wow, and 1961, such a great year. I mean, for heaven's sake, that was the year that Ray placed 7 albums on Billboard magazine's Hot LPs chart. Oh my goodness, 7. And yeah, there were a few compilations, but we're not talking K-Tel or anything cheap like that. They were all on his major record labels, Atlantic Records, ABC Paramount, and the jazz label Impulse. So, boy, I'll tell you, 61. Also the year, by the way, of Hit the Road Jack. And who doesn't love and adore Hit the Road Jack by Ray Charles? So, fabulous year to have a concert poster by the genius, for sure. And here you've got this really fun, busy, concert poster with really bright, red and yellow, attractive to the eye colors. You've got 4 smiling faces on there, grand proclamations for sure. Other famous names on the poster as a bonus. You've got some classic song titles, and you've even got an album title on there. And then you've got, stars and musical notes sprinkled throughout like confetti. Boy, it just makes for a super cool and classy tour blank concert poster for Mr. Charles, Brother Ray, I guess I can call him, for his amazingly fertile period of 1961 to 63. Or did it go beyond that? Stay tuned for that mystery. So here I've got, as you can see at the top, Russ Auditorium there, and it doesn't really give you a clue as to where, but luckily the last 2 words of the ticket information down there in red print do say San Diego, so that's helpful. And you've got Saturday evening, as you can see, September 9th, with all the ticket prices and the information. Now I'm going to show you a few more examples in just a minute of this tour blank with other information up here in the top, which is always fun. But first, let's take a look at this beautiful, tour blank that I've been talking about, the color portion, which was used consistently from show to show. You've got a couple of very boastful proclamations on there, which if you know Brother Ray, that's the way he was marketed. It does say a salute to genius in concert, and Hal Zeiger presents. And Hal was a big R&B and rock and roll concert promoter in the 1950s that carried into the 1960s, and a very famous name in the music business. And after Zeiger, it does say the most creative musical giant of this generation, Ray Charles. And then check out all this wording. And his augmented orchestra, plus the singing Raylettes, and Betty Carter. So, that's quite a mouthful, but I tell you, it was all delivered. Ray's orchestra was augmented by jazz musicians, and vocalist Betty Carter being just one of them. And of those 7 LPs in 61, his biggest album was Genius plus Soul equals Jazz, which was done with members of Count Basie's band. And his brand new album was called Ray Charles and Betty Carter, and she's quite a jazz singer in her own right. She had worked with Miles Davis previously. And by the way, how's this for timing of the poster? Just a couple of days after this show, on Monday, September 11th, in Billboard magazine, Hit the Road Jack entered the charts and would go all the way to #1, pop hit for Ray Charles, one of only 3 he enjoyed his entire career on top of the pop charts. So, boy, you just gotta love that. And then as you can see under Betty Carter's name, it does say down there, playing his hit records in person. So yeah, you like song titles on your concert posters, do you? Well, you know how much I do. Well, holy cats, does this thing deliver in spades. Just amazing. All you've got is his most important song of the 1950s and his most important song of the 1960s. What could you ask for more than that from Ray Charles? Oh my goodness. And of course I'm talking about Georgia on My Mind, shortened to just Georgia for space reasons on this poster, from 1960, and What I Say from 1959. Oh my God, just 2 drop dead. We'll get even closer on that, song titles. Holy cats. And as you can see, you've then got 3 more songs, good songs on there, and even his first charting album from 1960, The Genius of Ray Charles. And then below that, more treats. They just keep on coming down to the bottom of this thing. Wow, musical arrangements, Quincy Jones, along with Ralph Burns. Oh my God, Quincy's pedigree is as strong as Ray Charles, for heaven's sake, and you know that. Topping off, I suppose, commercially by producing Michael Jackson's Thriller. But boy, to get Quincy on that poster is really fun, for sure. And then you've got one more supervisor credit down there at the bottom. Hey, talking about the bottom, look at that. Very bottom in the margin, it does say the Colby Poster Printing Company of Los Angeles. So this is a tour blank, as I said, and I always try to deliver on the promise of showing you more examples. And here I've put 4 together at once to show you, And what's fun is all of these are from 1961. Forgive the glare off the glossy photos. All 4 of these are from 1961. How fun is that? Now the top 2 are from before the concert poster I'm showing you today. And as you can see, you've got on the left a weekend in April, and that's in Chicago, Illinois. And then on the right, you've got Friday night, September 1st in Seattle, Washington. And then the bottom 2 are here, on here, are from after the concert poster I'm showing you, and the first one is from the very next night. Wow, that's cool. Sunday, September 10th at the Hollywood Bowl, and then interestingly, to end the year on December 30th, back to Russ Auditorium in San Diego. So now you've got that, enigma about this Ray Charles tour blank that I would label, after hundreds of YouTube videos here on my blog videos, I would label it the biggest poster mystery I've ever encountered. And I've asked several expert friends, and we're just guessing. Nobody really knows. And it involves the Hollywood Bowl poster there on the left. And just to explain the mystery, I'll show you a bigger image of it. Again, we're just dealing with pictures right now. I don't have the poster in my possession, just the Russ Auditorium one. But, everything about this is pretty much the same, except down below, take a look at this, if you will. The song titles in bold have been added: I Can't Stop Loving You and Born to Lose. Fine, a couple of great songs we love, right? Well, that was an A and B side single, and the A side was #1 for a month. But it was in June of 1962, 9 months later, and it wasn't even recorded until February of '62. How can it be on a 61 concert poster like that, and in such big letters, like they knew it was going to be an A and B side single? I mean, was Ray conceptualizing his album, the greatest sounds in country and western music, something that, already in the summer of 1961? Boy, I just cannot figure that one out. It's a real mystery, I'll tell you. But the only other date this poster works out for is 1967. And by '67, Ray was using a different tour template. And, it had been years since this one had been used. Would he really carry it forward? Or when I say he, of course, management, booking agent, or whatever, carry it forward years and use it in '67? How about the Raylettes? They had personnel changes. Do you think those gals in '67 would have liked to have seen the '61 faces on there? Although 1 or 2 probably were consistent. It's just, boy, I'll tell you, it's just a real mystery. And further supporting 1961, by the way, take a look at how the font and everything else matches on the information up top. Take a look at that. The Hollywood Bowl and the Russ Auditorium, will back off a little. They're the same typeset, the same red ink, the same, everything. It's just, this thing really cries out for being 1961 in every way, except having I Can't Stop Loving You and Born to Lose on there. I've even written to the Ray Charles Memorial Library and stuff and haven't heard, but please, if you have a good clue that I haven't mentioned as to whether this is 61 or the Hollywood Bowl is 61 or 67, please let me know. This one for sure is 1961 though, and again, a fabulous year to have a Ray Charles concert poster from, so just a thrill to be able to show you this today. Thanks a lot for dropping by, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.